Hello everyone, welcome to another session. So in the last lecture we have done with vertebral column, right? We have studied the complete vertebral column and from now let us talk about the vertebrae. So the first vertebrae, of course we had discussed now that in the vertebral column I told you that there are four curvature, there is a two forward curvature, two backward curvature. I guess we have discussed about all these things. So like that we have discussed that it is a cervical curvature, it is a cervical curvature, and then we have here what it is thoracic, and then we have lumbar, and then we have sacral. So similarly we have divided all the vertebrae. Yeah, so similarly we have divided all the vertebrae into the four groups, so five groups basically. So we have cervical vertebra, we have thoracic vertebra, we are having lumbar vertebra, we are having sacral vertebra, we are having caudal vertebra. So we divide the complete vertebra into the five regions. So cervical we have 7, thoracic we are having 12, lumbar we are having, yes, how many? Everyone, yes, quickly, 5, right? Sacral we are having 5 but fused. That is why I'm writing bracket. And caudal we are having 4 but fused, so that is also 1. So how many they are? So and that is complete of, yes, 26 vertebra, right? You can count yourself. So 12, 7, 19, 20, 25 and 26. So these are 26 vertebra. We will start the discussion from the cervical vertebra, but before I'll uh, come directly on to discuss vertebrae, let me talk about a typical structure of a vertebrae, that how a vertebra looks like, and then we'll take the discussion on different vertebrae of different regions. Let us start with the, okay, let us start the discussion from this particular slide itself. Let us talk about firstly about a typical vertebra. So here you can see a typical vertebra. Before I'll come to this typical vertebra, let me just give you a shape, how it looks like and so, and then we'll talk about it. So first of all, let us talk about a typical vertebra, that how a typical vertebrae look like. So whenever we talk about vertebrae, so vertebrae are basically ring shaped structure. So they are ring shaped structure, right everyone? This is something that we supposed to know, that they are ring shaped structure. Important thing we need to know. Now in a vertebra there are certain things, there are certain processes or certain area where we need to understand. So let us talk about that thing with the help of diagram first of all. So let's try and understand with a simplistic diagram, then of course I have pictures to show you. So it is a ring shaped structure and there are some of the common things. So let me just try and draw how the vertebrae look like. Of course, I'm not drawing aeroplane. So this is a common vertebra. That is how a vertebrae look like. It's a human-like structure? No, it is not. I'm just trying to show you. Okay. So look, guys, what is there in the complete vertebra? So we have in a complete vertebra, we are having a centrum. A centrum is that part where other vertebrae are placed. So if you can talk about, so intervertebral disc, when we talk about, so I'll let you know. So that is basically a ventral side. I'll show you, right? And that is a dorsal side. Now we are having this centrum. The complete bony part of a vertebra is called as neural arc. So we are having an opening here. It's a big opening here. It is called as basically neural or central canal or neural canal. So through this canal, actually it is present in all the vertebra. Through this spinal cord runs. I'm sure you know that from the brainstem spinal cord arise and it runs throughout the vertebral column till lumbar region basically, right? We know that. So spinal cord remain protected within the vertebral column and it runs throughout this space. So this opening, it is called as actually central canal. It is also called as neural canal. So it is also called as neural canal, right? Now it is present in all vertebrae. Okay, now the complete bony part, we know that these are bony structures, right? So let me just give you, and let's say this is a complete bony part wherever I'm drawing this a sky blue color. So this complete bony part, it is actually called as neural arch, right? It is actually called as neural arch. So the complete bony part, it is called as neural arch. This complete bony part, I'm saying, it is called as neural arch. Make sure, okay? And this is called as this pointy structure that is downwardly directed. That is called neural spine. And these two structures are, of course, this one and this one. It is called neural spine. So, or rather, these are called as actually transverse processes, not neural spine, right? Neural spine I have labeled it. So these are called as transverse processes. Transverse processes. So they are like that, and on that processes we have some structures which articulated with other, what we so called as vertebrae, right? So they actually articulated with some other vertebrae. Okay, so I'll let you know what is there. So these are called as pre and post gygapophysis. So this is called as pre gygapophysis, pre gygapophysis, and this is called as post gygapophysis. So what we have exactly, we have pre-gygapophysis, we have post-gygapophysis. These are nothing but articulating structure over there. Other vertebrae basically articulate. So this is almost about a common vertebra that we should supposed to know, that there is a centrum. Centrum is not a canal. Make sure it is a space. Let me show you now. In this structure, you can see this is a centrum, right? This is a centrum, okay, and that makes the intervertebral disc basically. So this is centrum in this diagram. You can see this is a space through which the neural spinal cord passes. So this is called a central canal. So this is called a central canal. It is also called as neural canal, right? And then we can see here it is a neural spine, and these are articulating structures. You can see, of course, these are what we so called as transverse processes. Transverse processes. So this is how a typical vertebra look like. This is how a typical vertebra look like. Okay. So this is a structure of a normal typical vertebra. Now after that we will talk about the different regions, the vertebra of the different regions. Okay. That in the cervical region there are 7 vertebra. Out of these 7 vertebra, we'll talk about that basically how many are typical and how many are atypical. So what is the meaning of typical? That means which follow the same structure. Atypical means having some deviation from the normal structure. So that is, so all you need to understand, a vertebra is a ring shape. It has certain processes, certain structures that is now in front of you, right? uh, Neural arc or you know transverse processes, neural spine, and some of these things are not common to all vertebrae, so they are atypical vertebra, right? Central canal is present in all the vertebra. Now let us see about the cervical vertebra. Okay, so let us talk about the cervical vertebra now from the next lecture itself. Thank you.